Welcome to Wellspace Counseling. My name is Jason Wilkinson, and I wanted to first, right now, just talk a little bit about what some symptoms of grief or how grief may look in real life and the manifestations of it. So we are all feeling on some level like we have lost something. And typically when we feel like we've lost something, we grieve. But we don't know always that we're grieving. And so just a few ways that grief may look or how it may look in your life. One way that grief may manifest itself or look in your life is just deep sadness. This is one that we typically are aware of. We just feel like this tremendous weight or just a real sadness kind of wash over us. And so a lot of times grief may look like that. Another way is that grief may show up or manifest itself is numbness, just trying to turn off our emotions. So we can't feel happy, we struggle to laugh, we really don't feel sad in a lot of ways either because we just don't allow that in. We just numb ourselves from anything that's going on. And so that's another way that grief may be looking, that's how it may look like for you right now. A third way that grief may look for you right now is it may be showing up as anger or resistance. That tends to be a way that we kind of show up when we are feeling grief, and we don't like it. We don't like what's happening. Everything feels out of control. And so when things feel out of control, we just get real angry sometimes. And so grief may manifest itself for you like that. Another way that grief may look or show up and look like for you is fear and anxiety. Again, when something happens, when we feel like we've lost something and we don't have control over it, and we just get anxious and we're afraid that we're going to lose more or that the world is scary. And so there's an anxiety that just builds up inside of us. Another way that grief manifests itself or looks like for some people is just fatigue, exhaustion. Tends to be that when we are grieving, it just takes a lot of energy out of us, and so we don't have the same energy, we don't have the same motivation, we don't have the same drive that maybe we would typically have. We're grieving about something. We've lost something, and so that's taking a lot of our energy and motivation away from us. And finally, another way that grief tends to manifest itself in our lives is loneliness. If you are feeling very lonely and you are feeling like the world is moving on, but you're kind of stuck in one place and everything else is passing you by, you're feeling lonely, and that can also be grief. Just how grief looks when you are really kind of feeling lost, or that you don't have something that you used to have, and so you're wanting that back. And these are just a few ways that grief look. And so you can read more about grief and really how to help move through or help other people move through grief by going to the blog at www.wellspacepdx.com/blog, and hopefully you'll find some helpful information there.